place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Green Bay Packers. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn. Happy to be with you. And, CD, as we get this thing going, give the folks at home something to keep their eye on.
The running game for both teams, because I think this is going to be an old-fashioned, old-school type of a game. Physical, who wins up front, who runs the ball the best and controls the clock, they will come out the victor.
Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And off we go from Lambeau. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
And that certainly could be a sign of things to come because they're blitzing to start this ball game, and it works for them there as they force the incomplete pass.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Rattler. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls, or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
And they'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction. Well, so much for that possession.
Yeah, I think he tried to do a little too much there, partner. He tried to keep it himself. Ended up getting buried in the backfield, and that brings up 4th down.
Here comes the Saints punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. Taken in at the 22. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
Now in his 3rd season as the guy in Green Bay, and he's thrown for at least 25 touchdowns in each of the last 2 years. He and his team believe they are due for a deep playoff run as long as he stays healthy and is piloting the offense.
Love and the Packers now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. Our first carry for the all-pro running back, it's Josh Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. But not many guys who can blow up plays like Chase Young. He did it again there.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double-team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
Rattler wants to throw it. Now he's going to step up and run. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here, 1st and 10.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
From the shotgun, Rattler. He'll be hit and taken down at the 20-line. Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack. Well, we've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Rattler. And that's complete to Cooks. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Here now a 3rd down and 8. They'll throw. Here's Rattler. And he's going to go down. Safe right around the 17. Making that play on the pass rush, that's Devontae Wyatt.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Here's Blake Groupie now for the Saints field goal. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So after the field goal, back out is Groupie to send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Credit Brian Brzee in there to greet him and drop him for a loss.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Love looking to throw it. He's got the hook up with Dobbs. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to make it fourth down.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on third down, and he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a first down.
Broke the one tackle but couldn't spring himself free. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And that one will skip out of bounds as the linesman will mark this thing right at the 15-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, give them credit for trying, but there's no fooling the defense with that call. They were reading run, and they set up to stuff the run and then executed.
They'll go play action here with Rattler. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
That's multiple times now he's tagged them with a big gain with his legs. Really showing off some nice awareness and the ability to correctly realize when he's got a chance to tuck it and go himself.
Throwing is Rattler. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Micah Parsons. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on third down, makes it manageable now.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And the Saints, first down. It's a gain of 10. First down, Saints.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
2nd down and 8. To the air is Rattler. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. A yard in the wrong direction. Makes third down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a third down coming up. They'll look to throw here. He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 42. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a first down.
But they run the option here on 1st and 10. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Second and 6. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
If you're going to play quarterback in the NFL, you've got to have great vision, and you've got to remain calm when things break down in the pocket. Both of those traits are on display there. He surveys the situation, sees the middle of the field open, so he's just going to step up and take it himself. Very well done there.
Late groupie now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip.
The score, Saints 10.
A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And in the end, the finishing touch, an 11-yard run. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Looking to put a drive together. He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
From the 29, here's second down at 7. Completed out left to Dobbs. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Love now. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have the Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Packers first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
And this offense has been a little slow to get going, but some signs of life here in this second quarter. They're moving it pretty good, and that helps the cause as well. Good yardage and another first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
2 yards to go, 2nd down. On play action, Love to throw. Short throw, he's got Kraft. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Working out of the gun. Love. That's complete to Dobbs. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 18-yard line.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
First down. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Packers are back within a score.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now.
Makes the score Saints 10.
That time a 9-play drive. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Saints offense and Spencer Rattler getting ready for this next possession. And this defense has got to be searching for answers right now. It's been his ability to make plays on the ground here in this first half that's really giving him fits. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus...
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. Inside the 20. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And really, you can't have a better situation than this. First and goal at the 1. Suddenly, it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal. Jacobs again. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Josh Jacobs, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Packers have taken the lead.
Ah, what a luxury it is to be able to call a bowling ball like Josh Jacobs down near the goal line. 5'10", 220 pounds, and he's not afraid to get in there and get the tough yards. He finishes off this drive with a touchdown run.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Saints again ready to go on offense. And for this offense charge, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Finding Taysom Hill complete. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches at the 34.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And Kamara's going to have a Saints first down as he'll get this up past the 35-yard line.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Little short pass here to Hill. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Second down and 4. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And the Packers Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Here's 3rd and 9.
Now back to throw. That is caught. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That third down conversion good for 23.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
It gets this complete to Shaheed.
Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. 38 yards.
And the Saints are once again back in front.
And that is the definition of yards after catch. They go short on the pass, and the receiver does the rest.
Seems so harmless, doesn't it, to throw it underneath, a short pass like that? But, boy, it gets dangerous in the hands of the right receiver as he makes a move and takes it the distance.
Groupie for the extra point.
It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field.
And you figure, Charles, they have enough time here in the first half, more than a minute, to put a drive together, at least get them in position to try a field goal.
Yeah, they've got all 3 timeouts at their disposal, so I'm actually thinking bigger. With those 3 timeouts, that amount of time on the clock, I'm thinking about trying to get a touchdown and settle for a field goal.
In motion, the tight end.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. Short throw, he's got Kraft.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Love. That's complete to Wicks.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. Throwing. Love.
That's to Golden. He's got it right side.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Again, it's Love. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to lead the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screen play is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
Here's a 2nd and 5. To throw now. Here's Love. Got Dobbs over the middle. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 12-yard line. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field.
A 29-yard attempt.
The kick by McManus is good. And that will tie things at 17-all. So they're able to make things level just before half and also leave very, very little time on the clock.
And I love the way that you phrased that. Brought a little soccer into it, and that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
So still a little bit of time following the made field goal, but we are tied as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
35-yard line.
They'll throw now on the final play. Now he's going to step up and run. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So we are deadlocked at the break here, and the EA Sports Halftime Report starts now. Here's Scott Hanson.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. Scott Hanson back with you in the studios in Orlando. We've got a close one, as we expected. No quarter given on either side. We are all tied up at the break. This one could go either way, so let's find out as they're ready for the third quarter kickoff. Send it back out to the stadium and our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, great work as always. We'll see what the second half brings here. These two defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads at intermission. These offenses, they have had their way so far. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one, and we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Over the middle, he's got Golden.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
It's a pickup of 3.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch, not much yardage afterwards.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he stopped immediately there. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. Love from the gun on 3rd down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Results in a 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
On now is the Packers punter, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at the 23. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game. Even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5. Got exactly what they wanted there out of the RPO and had the defense out of position.
One word for you there. Excellent. Because he read all the keys properly, made the right decision, and look at the result. Pretty substantial gain.
Now Rattler. We'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
Here's Rattler. That throw right side here going to be incomplete.
Well, as we all know, possessions are crucial in a tie game, and let's face it, I really didn't need to tell you that. You already knew it. So when he sees he's got nothing good going, an excellent decision to just send that one to the sideline.
2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Rattler finding Alvin Kamara for the completion. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain.
18 on the play. And the Saints 1st down.
And this is a rarity in the NFL, a 100-yard game on the ground for a quarterback. Even as those passers get more athletic and mobile, We only see about 5 of these a season. It takes a special set of circumstances for it to happen, and, of course, a special player.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Credit the defense there to Quay Walker, getting behind the line of scrimmage before they could rip off any sort of a gain. To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game, haven't they? And you know all the teams say, we're not going to let him beat us. Well, that's exactly what's happened here. They've lived up to that.
Quay Walker came through to make the sack. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. They'll throw. Here's Rattler. They'll set up the screen down to Kamara. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. It's a 47-yard field goal try from here, but instead they're going to opt to go for it on 4th down. They're going for it with the option right. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling.
First down. A gain of 12. First down, New Orleans.
Little read option, the end result, the first down, so a good read.
And the way teams are running it nowadays, they've added variety to it. You know, the original way was you read the defensive end. If he crashes down, you pull it and you go. Now they may not even block that person, may end up reading the linebacker, may read the cornerback. Just depends on how they want to.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. He'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. From the gun, here's Rattler. Now he'll tuck this and run. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
These are running back numbers that he's accumulated right now. Received double-digit carries and has rewarded them by breaking the century mark in rushing, in addition to what he's done through the air. Definitely MVP caliber football we're witnessing.
Throwing is Rattler. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. So pass interference the call, and that does not look to be going over too well on the defensive side.
Or on their sideline, because I believe their head coach is saying right now, hey, you've got to call that both ways.
Kamara showing off the elusiveness as he's in. Touchdown. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Here's Groupie for the PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead now. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Love now. That's taken in by Golden. Takes us up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. So 8 yards on the completion there, and now we've got a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And he's taken down here by the Saints. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack. And that sack, Charles, just looked like a case where a speedy defensive end is a little bit quicker than the offensive tackle.
Yeah, it makes it difficult for a tackle to determine what exactly to do. Do you do the kick slide and try and get back in the pocket and meet him there? Do you meet him on the line of scrimmage where they call a quick set? In any event, right now, he's having his troubles.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fielded at about the 28. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Saints offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Here is 3rd down and 4. To the air is Rattler. And that is incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at the 18. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives them a first down.
That's good for a Packers first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
In motion goes the tight end. Now Love. Short throw. He's got Kraft. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter, because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll get about 3 here up to the 44-yard line. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they keep handing it to him.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have the Packers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage, when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down.
Boy, everything clicking on this drive. He's 4 for 4 now, and that throw, maybe the best of the bunch. This offense is really humming, and they pick up another first down.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Here's Love. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired, while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Love looking to throw it. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 18. The third down conversion successful. A gain of 11.
First down. First and 10 at the 18.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Love. Oh, he's got him wide open, complete. And the Packers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Here's Jacobs. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Josh Jacobs with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th-quarter touchdown here, and we're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
24-24.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Looking to put a drive together. And he'll start with a give to Kamara. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Balled at the 26, 2nd and 7. Rattler wants to throw it. Now he's going to step up and run.
Spencer Rattler. A gain of 15 yards. That's good for a Saints. First down.
From here on, any score could be the winning one, and he is certainly aware of that. Look at the way he locked in on that marker and made a mad scramble to get to it for the 1st down.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Kamara up the middle. And that winds up a decent run, and it also takes us to the 2-minute warning. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
The Saints. First down. A 5-yard gain on the play. First down, Saints.
This is 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
He gets it to Cooks. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
16 yards. And the Saints first down.
Again, this is Kamara. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. On the counter, here's Kamara. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
At the Packers' 19-yard line.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Rattler working out of the gun. That's caught. The tight end Hill. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Lambeau faithful making as much noise as they can. It's 3rd down. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the 1st down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
So here we go, a big spot now for Blake Grupe. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
So after the field goal, back out is Grupe to send this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. So here's Love and the Packers. Down 27-24. A little over 30 seconds remaining. Now they need, at minimum, 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. Love able to connect with Jacobs. And he'll get this up past the 45. It's a 1st down, but the tackle comes in bounds.
And the Packers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Love looking to throw it.
same target. It's Jacobs again. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It was a long shot, but they did get one final chance to try to score and overcome this small deficit. No touchdown, though, Charles, and that brings this one to a close.
Yeah, I think Hope was wearing one jersey and Worry was wearing another on the other sideline as that final snap played out. Now, we've seen some incredible plays to win games before, but in this case, I think the distance was just a little bit too great for it to happen here.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports.